Okay, so this is the second video. I just failed to hear. I don't know if I doubt this is a different chapter because it's the same day. So this is the letter, and discounts for Halloween thing that they do. So I found it there. It's a visual novel, so lots of reading, and I'm supposed to sell this house, and it's creepy. It already had like several jump scares. So when they aren't whispering among themselves or going ooh and ah over one thing or another, they ask questions. From how the restoration process went to the history of the place, I answer them all. More than happy to talk about the art pieces and architecture mostly. However, I'm careful not to mention anything about the urban legend or the ghost that I saw in the attic or falling down the stairs or, the cool stuff. Not a good material for sales stock, even if the entire population of looks. I read it the first time, and I don't. Lux Born knows about
Some
it.
of the furnishings here are actually the 17th century originals, all of which have undergone a painstaking restoration process just to return its original beauty.
The lady that did the Jesus one that become really famous, she did the beautiful restorations. It's so good that we haven't put them in, display here.
Even the glass thing. Colorful ones. Oh, I don't know, but you get the idea, I hope.
Especially that one, ma'am. It is said to be a gift commissioned by the fiancé of Lady Charlotte Ermengarde.
My, don't you look like Lady Charlotte?
The mansion's current owners have specifically requested that the restoration crew take great care in handling it. It's a priceless work of art and the most distinctive feature of the mansion.
Well, okay, that's curious. You look like Lady Charlotte. The man with you looks like the guy on the back, like, the two Final Fantasy characters at the back. By the time I've stopped talking, her attention is already elsewhere.
Isn't this place wonderful, darling? I told you it's not a total waste of your time.
I don't know. Isn't it a bit
Mr.
too small?
Ingray.
We might have to break a wall down to have more room.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Well, I think it is just right. Don't you think so, Marianne?
It is splendid, ma'am. But isn't it a little too early to make plans when no deal has been signed yet?
Never mind that. It isn't going to be a problem. We've got a wonderful legal team to handle everything.
Legal
Stop
team?
taking notes, though. I think I've got a few things I want changed before we move in.
The rest of their conversation gets lost in the chatter of our companions. I don't want to make any assumptions yet, but their sheer interest is enough to give me some semblance of hope that I'm gonna get the creepy bonus. Oh, please, please, please let these guys be the one. Eventually, our group reaches the kitchen. Much like the rest of the house... Oh, it's still afternoon. Much like the rest of the house, a great deal of effort has been put in retaining the room's classical appeal. We've got all the LED-lined appliances. Even the icebox is a literal icebox. And we've got a cauldron at the back and everything. Beautiful. Ready to be used. Much like the rest of the scene in fairy tales books. And they can cook wonderful. I tried it. Best of ever, 10 out of 10. And mad props to the cleaning crew. Seriously, after overhearing hundreds of their complaints about the soot and tar staining the bricks and how much of a pain in the arse getting this will be, they still managed to pull this off. Or make it look presentable.
The highlight of the room, however, is what's underneath this hatch here.
Oh, don't
The
say anything
basement.
yet. An underground wine cellar.
This is the first time the guy in gray speaks up. Mr. Look right. My memory supplies from the forms they signed earlier. His sudden attentiveness catches me off guard. Since the start of the tour, only his wife has shown any form of genuine interest in the place. Wait. Relationship. Hannah. Is it Hannah? I think it's Hannah. Hannah, Marianne, Rebecca, Ashton, and Luke. I've met all of them except Zachary. Okay. By this time, something lights up in his eyes at the mention of the undercroft. What's so interesting about a basement? I really don't understand rich people sometimes. Right now, he just gives me the impression of a child who has seen what he absolutely wants for Christmas. I've always found it cute whenever I see children act that way. my younger siblings especially. On a grown man, it's almost funny.
Yes, sir. It could house around 7,000 to 11,000 bottles of wine.
Truly?
So many?
And the room? How was it built?
The bricks that were used to build the cellar have been carefully picked for the purpose of maintaining and preserving a constant temperature and humidity in the room. It's a good place to keep your private collection in if you have one, sir.
It keeps the corks in good condition.
Oh, love. Didn't you say before that you wanted to make your own personal vineyard? Perhaps you could start one here.
It's not the entire habitat for vineyards, but you know, not the climate and everything.
You know
but
we're going to need
nice
space for
place.
that, darling.
And this isn't big
If
enough.
it's space you're worried about, sir, the Ermengarde mansion sits on a 46-acre lot. There's plenty of room for it. We were told that the original owners had a horse stable built here before, too.
There's a contemplative expression on Mr. Wright's face, but he doesn't say anything further. His wife, however, seems really pleased that he has started to show interest, if only a little. I smile to myself. I may not completely understand how these people's minds work, but I sure as hell know how to spot a buyer with sincere interest. Score, creepy bonus. I can't wait to tell bros. The rest of the tour goes by without a hitch. After more than half an hour, we're able to cover almost every room on the ground floor and are heading to the parlor. Funny, the first time BRC had us survey the property, I kept complaining to Rose how big it is. Now I can't even bring myself to care, no matter how much my feet hurt. Maybe this is just my excitement over a possible sale. Ooh, there's whispering. When we reach the parlor, however, an odd feeling washes over me. It starts off as small goosebumps on my skin, a feeling of being watched intently. Whispers in my ear and shadows dancing, lurking in the corner of my vision. Dark silhouettes that are gone when I turn around, turn to look, pitched like a concussion. Chill settles down my spine, making me feel sick, and I start to break out in a cold sweat. I can't do this. I need to sit down for a moment. The old ladies in the group have been requesting for a break anyway. If
Excuse
I
me,
can just...
everyone? We will be taking a 15-minute rest here before we visit the first floor.
Weren't we in the first floor, bitch? Where were we? Where were we if we weren't in the first floor? I am pretty sure the concussion
In the
is getting to
meantime,
you.
please help yourselves to the refreshments and snacks we prepared. If anyone has any questions, feel free to approach me. I'd be happy to help you.
If I'm talking to thin air, I'm hearing voices. I let them sit while I retreat to a quiet corner. I probably just caught Becca's cold. Don't think about it. I'm left Becca's cold. I'm left alone for a good while, the same words spilling out of my lips in a silent prayer until the hand passed my
Hello,
shoulder.
you there?
Yes, ma'am?
Oh, look at you. Having to show a group around a mansion this big must be exhausting.
Not a problem, ma'am. I'm just doing my job.
What a hard worker. Anyway, Isabel, right?
Isabella, actually. But yes, what can I help you with, ma'am, right?
Please, just Hana. Call me Hana. I just wanted to ask, how soon are we able to move in?
Oh my god. My brain completely stops. The sick feeling plaguing me is suddenly gone, replaced by utter bewilderment. Is this a joke? She looks at me expectantly as I struggle to come up with an answer.
ma'am, you see...
We need to finalize the
But
sale.
we haven't even negotiated a price yet, ma'am. We haven't even finished touring the rest of the mansion. A sale would be great and all, but...
She stops from speaking any further and puts a hand on my shoulder. For a moment, with her tight smile, she looks as if she has tasted a particularly sour lemon.
Please, sweetie, don't insult me. Money is not a problem. And, just between you and me, this place is better off with us than with some old lady who will probably just fill it up with cats.
Oh, sorry.
I personally don't think there's anything wrong with having cats here, ma'am Hana. I'm sure there's more than enough space here if you want pets.
Cats, dogs, birds, horses. Perhaps I'm still not feeling well, but really, what's wrong with cats? They can see shit. They can see the zombie lady and I can run. More importantly, why is she talking about moving in
Well,
already?
I'm more of a dog person. But you see, this is going to be a gift to my darling. It's going to be our anniversary soon.
Wow.
And it would
Wonderful.
be so wonderful if you can secure its purchase for us.
You see, I've already got the vines, grape seeds. I've already got the vineyard planned. We need this house.
Why, I can even offer something extra if you help us out with the paperwork.
Oh my god, a creepy bonus on top of the creepy bonus.
We actually have a process for this, ma'am. I don't really think that would be necessary.
Isabella, it's a creepy bonus on top of a creepy bonus. You need
appropriate.
these.
And just what are you two lovely ladies talking about here? Leaving me and our lovely interior designer to talk here by ourselves.
Is it look?
What would the people think, darling?
Wait. You and the interior designer or me and your wife? Because that's just... Seriously?
Oh, it's just small talk, love. I was asking if she could help me with the paperwork.
I tried to wince her nails dig into my shoulder. I can't help but send an important look at Miss McCullough, who only gives me an apologetic smile and a shrug.
Yeah, I can give you a fact sheet and a form to fill out.
I think the guy is having her, like, touching her arm like, you're going to follow me, you're my interior designer for life. She wastes no time in taking the papers from my hand and shuffles through the bunch. Oh man, Rose is going to be so angry at me for letting her do that.
Wonderful. And Marianne, I'd really love to talk to you about those changes. You took some notes earlier, yes?
I did, Mom. But I really hope that this time...
Excellent. Hopefully you can help us out too, Isabel.
Isabella.
Right. It's a lovely name, Isabel.
It's Isabella.
Yes, that's great. We'll be more than happy to put in a good word to your superiors too. And what's this?
Oh, D-list horror prop. Past letter to Hannah. Look at Marianne. Look at confusion and disgust appears on her face, turning to her husband who distracted her plan.
An interesting work of art. Not to my taste, though.
Oh,
I'm
she already
sorry.
showed it to 3. I need to show it to 2 more. And I'm free of
Darling,
the clothes.
Buttercup, art is a complete overstatement for this garbage. It looks like a cheap prop from a D-list horror film.
Shush, love. Let the girl do what she pleases with... what do they call this?
A chain letter.
Oh, forget about it. At the very least, it's not as... dreadful as the one art exhibit I was forced to attend last month. You should have seen it, Marianne. Even you would have been appalled. But I'm sure you'll know what to do with our walls once we get started.
I highly doubt it is as bad as you say, Ma'am. Nevertheless, you can be assured that my team will only pick whatever suits your tastes. Nothing of this chain letter sort, of course. It has to always work with a palette.
And no one wonders why the fuck is a chain letter in the middle of papers from a house.
I'm quite sure chain letters these days don't